What up, though? Welcome back to SNS Sneakers and Sports, brought to you by the Culture. We here to drop another banger on you. It's NBA playoff season. My favorite time of the
Yep.
year. We talking about the NBA playoffs. It has been a good playoff so far. Surprisingly, for such a kind of subpar season, this playoff it's been one of the best in a couple years, to be honest.
Well, heavy on the West, light on the East.
Bro, what playoffs are you watching?
I'm just saying the games are better on the West. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't just say that.
I'm just saying, man. I
The
think
Knicks-
the games are better on the West. The Knicks, I give you the Knicks and the Pistons. I'll give you that. But don't come at me with your Cavs. Like, come on, dog. That was
Bruh.
not a good series. The Boston Celtics, that's not a good series.
No, I think it was a good series. Orlando just don't have enough weapons to keep up. And Milwaukee did well, given the fact that Dame tore his Achilles.
They did. And that last game was good. That went into overtime. So I give him that.
Yeah.
I give him that one. But man, the West.
And they should. And let's be honest, man. The Bucks should have won that game had Gary Payton. I mean, not Gary Payton, but Gary Trent had really been able to catch a basketball. They would have won the game.
Yeah.
But
then I mean, you look at you talking about the West. I mean, shoot, the Lakers that series, it wasn't even what it was supposed to be.
It wasn't a series.
I mean, yeah, it was a gentleman's.
Well, I think the first. Wait a minute now, because it was till the end. Most of the games were. It was last game. Yes, last night was not good. No,
the last two games they got that work.
It was a close one. Back in Minnesota, dog. That was close. It was a close one,
bro. They got that,
bro. The best two series, the Clippers and the Nuggets. All right.
Okay.
That's a real good one, and
I agree.
The Knicks and the Pistons are good.
I mean, like I said, I think that the Pacers series was good. You just had a situation where with injuries they ran out of gas, man. They just ran out of gas. Real quick, let's park at the Pacers, man. What y'all think about Tyrese's dad, man? I told expert, me and him got into it earlier today. I told him, I said his daddy gonna sit his ass down. He shouldn't have even been on the court. He looked
He's wrong for that.
And I'm
He's wrong for
didn't do that, but he lucky that it didn't go left. He shouldn't have been in that man's face. That was crazy.
So here's the thing. Yeah, definitely he shouldn't have been in Giannis' face, and I agreed with you on that, KP. Now, as far as being on the floor, parents and stuff, especially of star players and stuff like that, or of decent players, they're on the court. They get on the court.
Yeah, James ain't been on the court.
Ja Morant's dad is on the court.
Curry is on the court.
Yeah, Alicia Curry's on the court.
When they win a championship, not on a regular game, she's not on the court.
Yes, she is.
Yes, she is. And Ja Morant's dad is on the court on regular season games. There ain't no championship being won right there. I mean, he's on the court regular season game, and he got into it with somebody. So exactly. So here's the thing: Tyrese Halliburton's dad. The only thing he was wrong for, he wasn't wrong for being on the court because the NBA lets these people get on the court.
They're not enforcing it.
Yeah, they're not enforcing it. So I can't give him that. But he was wrong for being in Giannis's face and antagonizing Giannis and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was wrong.
Yeah, he was definitely wrong for that. And Giannis did the right thing. He didn't put his hands on him, which that would have went
Charles Buckles said he would have slapped the hell out of him.
Giannis practiced very good restraint, especially after an emotional loss like that. You know what I'm saying? That because you could have been your feelings. You could have been like he's just at the wrong place, wrong time, and he got the nerve to come in your face, and then he already super small. So you like, boy, get the fuck,
man,
get the hell out of my like. He could have took Tyrese Halliburton dad and just thrown him into the
that would have been a sucker move though.
No, he did that.
His hands on that old man.
I mean, just the way he was looking, he was like, "You really want to do this?" It was like, "You really want me, really?" Man, sit your old ass down.
Yeah, but that would have been a sucker move for him to do that.
I agree.
Unless Tyrese Halliburton's dad put his hands on him. But
then you got to give him the work.
And honestly, if he really wanted to do something, I would have just snatched up Halliburton and be like, "Yo, your dad, it's your dad's fault." You
gotta take it.
Exactly.
Hey, so do y'all think he should be banned forever now?
Not forever. They said indefinitely until further notice. No,
Not for him. Should have a ban though.
I don't think he's actually banned like that. What I actually think is happening is, I think what he's doing is they made him go sit up in the box.
Nah, they say he's banned from the games indefinitely.
I know that, but how do we actually know he ain't in the stadium? I'm sure the man's probably in the box or in the locker room somewhere else where we can't see him. That's probably what's really happening.
And here's the thing. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton being their star player, I doubt if they're going to keep telling him, "Oh, your dad can't come to these games."
There you go.
Hey, come on now, Tyrese. If I was Tyrese Halliburton, I'd be like, "Okay, well, trade me then if my dad can't come to the game."
Right. I did kind of like, though, Giannis' response after the game when he said, like, what's wrong with these guys? I want a ring. They don't have nothing. What are they talking about? Yeah. That was a dope response, man. So talking about the Knicks and the Pistons, we see that's over. The Knicks just clinched it, 116 to 113.
Oh, thanks for ruining it. Really?
What do you
mean?
I
got it on recording.
Bro.
Got it on recording. Thanks a lot, dog.
You do know you're a content creator, don't you? You do know that you're a podcaster.
Hey, man.
You gotta know.
Yeah, but I had to choose between the workout versus like, golly, man.
What is the name of the show?
Ruining it. Thanks for ruining it.
What's the name of the show?
I was hoping y'all wouldn't do that, but okay, go ahead.
What's the end name of the show? Sports, sneakers, and sport.
I get that.
We're gonna talk sport.
I get it, but I mean, come on, the sport's going on right now. So I mean, come on.
You go back and DVR that thing, bro. That's what DVRs are for. Go back and watch it. Bro, we gotta tell it.
I ruined it.
How we gonna have a good show and we don't tell the people what's going on because you ain't watch your DVR? You serious? America, you see we got to work with here? You see how crazy
that was tonight. That was like literally tonight. Like, I mean, okay, whatever. Go ahead. So the Knicks won. Thanks.
Yeah, the Knicks won.
Karl-Anthony Towns only had 10 points too.
Man, they're in trouble the next round.
Yeah, he had a double-double, but Karl-Anthony Towns, the thing about him is he's very talented, probably one of the most talented people in the league, but he doesn't bring it every single time.
He doesn't.
He's soft out there a little bit, so
he doesn't. He can shoot though. I give him that though. When he's on,
yeah.
But he's hitting ridiculous shots.
You don't want him to be your number one.
No,
he was good with Minnesota because he didn't always have to be the number one. But I mean, I just don't see the Knicks going anywhere with him being that number one guy.
I still think they miss DiVincenzo, man. Mm-hmm. I feel like they were a better team with him. I don't know. Yeah. And I feel like Mikal Bridges isn't really he's not the Suns Mikal Bridges. Like, I just feel like he was playing better with them. But
Mikal Bridges had 25 today though. So
yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't see the game, so.
Hey, and Jalen Brunson went for a 40-piece, man, which is probably how they got up out of there. But I agree with Expert. I agree with you. I think the Mikal Bridges up until now has been not Mikal Bridges from the Suns or from the Nets, but it's a different situation. If you look at the Suns, they had a more traditional lineup where he was in a more traditional spot playing the three. He could be a 3-and-D guy over there. They had a great center to be able to block shots in Aiden. You had a traditional point guard serving everybody up. You had Booker. It was a more traditional role for everybody, where the Knicks, they're an undersized team that plays basically 8 guys. Maybe 7, if you really more like 7 guys.
Yeah, exactly.
What they're really missing, they're missing Mitchell Robinson, who is their enforcer and has not been healthy in 2 seasons. And they're missing Hartenstein. They're super missing Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yeah,
that's true. But he's been balling on OKC, though.
He's been a monster for OKC, man.
Right.
You understand? OKC, this team is incredible.
Man, I got to give a shout out to the Pistons, though.
That was easy work.
Yeah, it was easy work. It was light work. It was light work.
Light work. Yeah, that was.
I got to give a shout out to the Pistons, though, man. They put up a hell of a fight. And, I mean, for JB Bickerstaff to get fired from the Cavs and then go over there and do what he did with the Pistons, and the Pistons have been completely irrelevant since Ben Wallace. I mean, I do think this is a good stepping stone, and Cade looked like that dude over there, man.
Cade Cunningham is that dude. He's next. He's coming.
Yeah.
He hasn't already arrived. He's coming.
Yeah. The Pistons going to be a problem in the future. They're going to be a problem in the future. So teams better buckle up. I think with the Heat, man, I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I love the Cavalanche. I know all the Cavs fans love the Cavalanche. We beat them boys by 53 points. 53? How do you lose by 53?
They quit, Kev. They quit. They quit.
Yeah, they went fishing.
The Cavs had the easiest series in the whole playoffs.
That's
mean,
what I'm saying.
You got the Heat minus their best player because Jimmy Butler is over on Golden State. I mean, it was just ridiculous.
And we set out Darius Garland. Darius Garland didn't even play the last 2 games. And he said, you know what? We're going to attack Tyler Hero. He can't take the heat. And they did it. The next, they won 38, and then Tyler won by 53.
They could have set Donovan Mitchell, too. They could have. They were going to win regardless.
Yo,
are terrible.
The Heat are terrible, dog. They're terrible.
Yeah, they're looking. Come on, you're looking for Tyler Hero to be your number 1 option. Tyler Hero at best is a number 3 at best.
What about Bam Monte? As D Wade calling? What happened to Bam?
Bam's a real good player, but Bam is not that one that's just going to continue to get those points every game. And then, you know, he's more of a low post guy. He's like an undersized low post guy. You know, I mean, it's just
he got that fadeaway, though. Bam got a mean fadeaway, though. I got to give him props on that. He got a mean fadeaway.
He developed that, but you're looking for they're putting the ball in Tyler Hero's hand and saying, hey, go get this work. Go do your thing. Come on now. Right. Tyler Hero is not going to happen. You know?
Shout out to Sam Merrill. Sam Merrill is one of our bench players, a great 3-point shooter, had that man on lockdown. Basically went on 2K, spent all his VC to get that lockdown defensive badge, and got that man locked up, man. I love it. And Sam Merrill ain't played no defense this whole season, had that man completely out of sorts. And then Max Strus said, hey, y'all didn't want to pay me? That's fine. I'll show you what I'm working with. Busting threes on their head.
So who would the Cavs' next matchup be?
The Pacers?
The Pacers? Yeah, they should beat the Pacers.
This is gonna be fun. Yeah. But it's not gonna be we're not gonna beat the brakes off of them like we did the Heat. It's gonna be a tougher matchup.
Pacers are a way better team. The Pacers are a way better team.
Of course, but they should beat the Pacers though. But they are a better team.
One thing, I think Giannis going to Miami.
To Miami?
Probably not.
How?
They got to trade. Who they gonna give up?
I don't know, but I mean they talking about it. I don't know.
Like what they gonna give them?
What?
No.
They're gonna have to have a 15-team trade to do it, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they make it.
If you're the Bucks, what does Miami have that you want?
You have
nothing. I don't know. Nothing.
What, you gonna get Bam? You're not gonna give up Giannis for Bam. You know, like come on.
Yeah, you gonna want Bam, Hero, Duncan Robinson. You gonna want all the guys. Give me your whole roster.
I mean, is he a free agent?
No,
he's not. So why do you keep saying, well, this might be his last year? This might be his
last year. Because the narrative is that the media wants him to force his way out of Milwaukee.
Yeah, they're talking about he'll force a trade out because you got to look at Dame. Dame, you know, he's not going to really be playing most of the next season because of that Achilles. So,
yeah, he'll be on the bench because of Achilles.
So it's going to be best for Giannis to get up out of there, but it's going to be hard to do it because teams are going to have to give up their whole team to get him.
Right.
So he's going to be in a bad position anyway.
Plus, with the second apron, man, you got to be real careful. You bring in a player of Giannis' payroll that could mess your whole situation up. Where you bring him in and you get to that third apron, that's death. Because guess what? You cannot get a buyout player. Every trade has a match dollar for dollar. It's a lot of things that hamstrings that you can't do. You know what I'm saying? You can't even get a trade exception on the third apron. So it's like expert said, man, I don't really see the tea leaves in him going somewhere that's that good or to be like the finishing piece.
Yeah, he's gonna go somewhere else and be on a bad team.
He'd be where he is right now.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the Hawks, hey, we'll give you everything except for Trey.
And what is everything? What, Clint Capella? We're gonna do Clint Capella as
Zachary Reese-Sachet, he was on for Rookie of the Year.
Take the most improved player, man. Take him.
Yeah. You talking about Daniels? You talking about?
What we talked about in Miami was a better trade than what you talking about with the Hawks. I mean, come on now.
Well, I mean, Jalen Johnson. I don't know, dog. You talking about Jalen Johnson, Reese-Sachet? Like you said, defensive player of the year. I mean, most improved player. I'm calling the man. Player. Yeah, you talking about all of that ammunition in the trade? That's not bad.
Yeah, you talking about Bam? You talking about Tyler Hero? I mean, come on now.
Yeah, but
already established.
But the Hawks guys are younger and got a higher upside. These guys,
I actually prefer Hawks roster over Miami.
I mean, both of them gonna be sorry. They sorry right now.
Right, but it's like they got the young talent. They got the young talent.
They got a young talent.
Hawks got the young talent.
Dyson Daniels, that's what we're talking about.
They're right.
Are you gonna trade Giannis for that? You're gonna be terrible.
So here's what I would say. If I could keep, because here's the thing, it's gonna cost you Reese-Sachet, it's gonna cost you first round pick, it's probably gonna cost you Dyson Daniels, it's probably gonna cost you Jalen Johnson. I'd probably say if I can keep Jalen Johnson and trade Karis LeVert, you can have all of them. Because I'm telling you, Giannis and Trey would be box office.
Oh, it would.
That would be box office.
That would be crazy. But
I don't know. It'll definitely be box office. I don't know if it's the winning formula, but it'll be box office.
Well, Milwaukee, they would. I mean, to get rid of Giannis like that, they would have to trade him to like Phoenix for like Kevin Durant.
Send him to the West.
Yeah, they would have to do it like that. First of all, they're not going to trade him to the East. They're going to trade him West. And I mean, all I could think of is, Kevin Durant.
But if you do that, that's still, to me, this is the problem with trading for Kevin Durant. Both teams are still in the same problem with being at the third apron.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know.
So you still hamstrung where you can't make any moves and you're still just as bad as before you did the trade.
Right. Oh, you're going to be worse. You're going to be worse with Kevin Durant.
And then you're going older.
And Phoenix don't have no draft picks. So it probably got to be a team like Utah. Utah, they got draft picks, young players. It's got to be something like that. But one of the things I do like to happen with the Cavs situation is that you see them and the Thunder turning the narrative of the NBA. You start to see the center and power forward come back into the game. That's a big reason the Cavs have been able to dominate, is because you got two bigs crashing the board, defense too. And on top of that, here's the thing. They could be on the floor together and they could be on the floor separately. And I think that's what the Knicks had last year with Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson, and they don't have this year. And I know Expert said that earlier today. We talked on the phone. Teams with two bigs that play a traditional center and power forward are really starting to turn the game back to the other way.
Mm-hmm. Well, the teams that have two bigs are really the ones who are winning the championship.
Mm-hmm.
You got all these other people playing small ball and all that, but if you can go all the way back to when the Lakers won in the bubble, they had Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, they had JaVale McGee. You look at the Celtics when they just won. The Celtics kept always getting there, always getting close to there, and they would lose. Now, all of a sudden, they add Kristaps Porzingis on there along with Al Horford that they already have, and now they're a champion.
Okay.
So, those with two bigs.
With that same logic, is Nico now looking like a genius now? Because now he got the two bigs. And exactly what he predicted in regards to Luka happened in this series.
Well, me and KP talked about this earlier, and I've always said from the beginning that I thought it was a good trade for Nico as long as they can stay away from injuries. And right now, they have those injuries. But if you take that team without the injuries, you have Kyrie, you have Anthony Davis, you have Gafford, you have Lively, you have the defensive players around it. I think that's a much better team than having Luka on there.
Right.
So I think that team healthy wins the championship this year.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just not healthy. Their whole starting lineup, is injured. So, it's going to look bad on Nico because of that. But actually, it was a great trade if you're trying to win a title.
I just think when you talk about it, the only problem I had with it is that you gamble on an older player that has a horrible injury history, that always has lower leg or lower extremity injuries. And the thing, Luka does get injured a lot. You're right. He did predict that he got injured again. But the difference is Luka's injured on the court. Anthony Davis is injured and in a suit. So I don't know. But Dom, all right, so we dealt with the East, man. In the East, who is your favorite right now? They just made easy work. Dawn, they got a judgment sweep and got him out of there. I don't think that's an indictment on the Magic. They just don't have enough weapons to compete yet.
No, not yet.
Yeah, my favorite in the East, it's got to be the Celtics, dog. They are dominating. And I just think even with Jason Tatum being injured, they have the squad, they have the depth, they have, they have the defense. They have a total package team, man. So, I feel like they're going to go right back to the Eastern Conference Finals. But yet, I will give you props. Cleveland's playing really well. I think that's kind of going to be the that's the Eastern Conference Finals. That's what it's kind of destined to be. And y'all certainly got the momentum. And I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland beat them. But I'd still pick Boston. So that's where I'm going.
Yeah. So here's my thing. Yeah, I do think that the Celtics have the better team, right? If depending on how they play. So I think Cleveland can beat the Celtics. Cleveland plays as a team all the time. On both ends of the court they're playing, but they play as a team all the time, and that's why they're probably going to win. Here's the thing. I think the Celtics, if they play as a team and they start to stop jacking up so many threes and getting so many turnovers, they'll beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. I do think that the Celtics are the better team, but matchups are everything, and how you play is everything. And sometimes Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, all the athleticism they have, they just stand out there at the 3-point line.
They fall in love with the three.
Fall in love with the three, brick a lot. Then you'd be 3 for 17 on the 3-point line, shooting all those threes. Right. So, I mean, I think they have the better team, especially when you add Kristaps Porzingis. But Cleveland, they can lose to Cleveland if they
fully
don't
healthy
play
right now.
Yeah, if they don't play the right way.
Well, I would say normally the Celtics, but I think the difference is the Cavs have home court advantage. They need home court advantage to beat Boston. There's no way if they didn't have home court, they're not going to beat Boston 2 times to win this whole thing over there, or 3. That's not going to happen. Where now having home court, yes, you got a good chance to go ahead and take this thing away. So I think that plays well for them. You're getting healthy at the right time. If Darius Garland can be healthy, and here's the thing. This all come down to which Evan Mobley show up. If the Evan Mobley that played against Miami show up, they're going to win. They play like that and they play defense like they played against Miami, they're going to beat Boston. So it comes down to that. I'm still going with the Cavs. I think, though, for me, my MVP of the playoffs in the East is Jason Tatum. As much as I like to give him a hard time about shooting too many threes, this man came out here and had a 35-point game, a 38-point game to end this thing, and he been playing like a superstar. Finally, he been playing like the best player on the team this season. And he has been, to me, in the playoffs, the best player in the East so far.
Really, in the East, I don't care who makes it, as long as it's not Cleveland. I don't want to hear your voice and you talking, yeah, my Cavs and all this, and I'm going out.
I'll be able to play it again.
I think I would like to see the underdog, man. I want to see
Cleveland
get in there.